on Ukraine's border.
We can now speak to John Spencer, Chair of Urban Warfare Studies at Madison Policy Forum in the US, himself a retired major in the US Army. Thank you for joining us on the programme. Looking at people like Dennis travelling back in who want to join the International Brigade, they want to fight with militias. Much of the fighting now might be urban warfare, which is the most arduous, potentially, and bloodiest of warfare. How can they deal with something like this, which is even a real ordeal and struggle for professionally trained soldiers?
Yeah, so Tim, there's some basic principles of urban warfare. I mean, the defender, if he can get into the cities and be the defender has so many more advantages that really the Russians have shown they can't deal with. The fact that you can hide within the urban terrain, that you can pick when you want to attack, the fact that you can escape bombings through heavy concrete buildings or basements and tunnels. There's a lot going for even him who doesn't have a lot of military training that can cause a lot of resistance. And the Ukrainian people have shown they have the will to do that. And that's really important.
Isn't the problem here, though, that Russia has shown in previous conflicts in Chechnya and in Syria that rather engage, which is very dangerous, of course, with hand-to-hand combat, street by street, they'll sit back and just flatten the area with artillery?
Now, I personally, as somebody who studied Russian tactics in Chechnya, Syria, other places, I don't think so. So the bombing's pretty normal, not normal. There's lots of war crimes going on, but normal when you don't want to get close to your enemy. But Russia has to go in and take these cities if they want to achieve some of their objectives. They failed in Kyiv, which was their main objective. Now they have other objectives. But no matter what, you don't bomb people into submission. It's very, very abnormal. The Russians have to get into these cities like Mariupol and in places in the Donbass. So that's where they can be, to be honest, to be defeated is when they try to go in.
The Russians, of course, have been using tanks, which have been very susceptible to NLAWs and other anti-tank equipment. How much advantage does it give the Russians, though, in urban warfare, having those tanks?
I mean, it gives a lot of advantage, right? So no smart soldier goes into a fight like this where you have no idea where the enemy is. It's a very tough fight without a tank. But the problem with Russian tanks and Russian militaries is they don't know how to fight urban combat. So they're sending tanks in by themselves. And there's a beautiful video of a Ukrainian soldier with an NLAW inside of a building on the second floor. And that's what waits somebody who doesn't know how to fight a tank in urban areas without combining the tank with the infantry and lots of things you have to do to protect it. Then a tank by itself is a dead tank.
John Spencer, thank you very much indeed for your insight here on BBC World News.